How's it going, guys? Bring Your Platoon here, and welcome back to another great game in World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today I'm going to be playing, yes, again, the AMX M454, the Tier 10 French heavy tank. And now that I have the ability to show you the 3D armor model on all these tanks that I am playing... What the fuck? Oh, that's because it... Okay, moving on. So, I figured I'd show you what kind of turd this thing really is, and that's why people spam premium while they're playing it. So, not only are these turrets pennable with AP rounds, which is fine, they're not very well armored at all. The side armor is 60 millimeters thick, which means if somebody is premium spamming heat at you, it will pen even like this. Up to 80 or 85 degrees. I believe it's 80 degrees. That heat will pen in. It's pretty bad. And if they don't hit, they will hit here. They will go through. If if they face hug you, they can go through this little turret ring. Let me just go to the real model so you can have a better idea. Right underneath the mantlet, 300 millimeters thick. Yeah, load premium, you'll go through it 80% of the time when you're face hugging him. The mantlet from this dot over on both sides of the tank is 300 millimeters thick, and just slightly above that and below it, it's even less armored. So that's pretty cool. I would use APCR for that. If you try and pen this with heat, it's gonna get absorbed, or you're gonna do critical damage or something. At least that's what tanks.gg seems to think. So, yeah, upper plate is pretty solid. Using it around corners like so, you're gonna bounce some pretty fucking high caliber rounds and high penetration rounds, respectively. This is kind of a flatter plate on the lower plate. You can pen that with, well, if they're gonna pen you with heat, it's gonna be right here, because if you angle around a corner, you're more angled, like assume the corner is like right here and it's like a building or something, they're going to pen right here instead of here, because this is more angled and therefore more armored than this flatter-ish plate when the upper plate ends. So yeah, like 279, 236. It's flatter, so heat will pen it easier. It doesn't make much sense when you say it in words, but just trust me. So going back to this model, it's 40 millimeters in the top plate of its chassis, which means guns that are bigger than 120 millimeters in caliber can overmatch it at any angle whatsoever. What else? I showed you all the weak points. There, and then that. Yeah, yada yada. Oh, and if you're over a ridgeline, and let's say the fucking mantlet is oddly shaped, so check this shit out. He's aiming at somebody over there. Oh, well, I'm not really going to take the chance on the slim shot here, so let's just shoot into the fucking mantlet itself. Because why not? But yeah, you can pen there too. Like, the slightest bit of turning and the mantlet turns to fucking mush. It's great. So, yeah. Don't get hit by arty, or it will hurt. And if you're on flat ground, people can still pen this relatively easily, so just wiggle your turret around a little bit to make it harder for them to hit. It does help a lot. I know it seems kind of pointless with that weak spot in the front there, and like anywhere in the front they could pen you, but like just fucking wiggle and hope for the best, and then aim at them. And then, now that I'm talking about aiming, let's go into the gun stats. I'm going to, of course, give you the console stats and not the tanks.gg PC stats you're seeing before you. I would highly recommend you use the 130mm gun, which is what I'm going to be using for the gameplay today and all days in the future. 250 pen for your standard AP rounds, and then once again, another AP round, your premium round, is only 280 millimeters of penetration. You get 65 millimeters of penetration for your high explosives, and then 640 damage instead of the standard or average damage of 560 for both your AP rounds. I would only put on 1 or 2 rounds of these just because your reload is so long, and you're honestly probably not going to have the chance to use more than that in a game anyway. Maybe 3, but I would cap it out at 3. I would use mostly premium AP rounds just to make it more competitive during facing other tier 10s, and then have some regular AP on there because you're not going to need that to go through mediums most of the time. Basically, if you're going to not pen with this, you still have this to fall back on. at which you'll be primarily firing this if you're going for 3 marks of excellence, and yeah, just to make the tank work better. But at least with the damage you can trade, so that's not kind of an issue. The aim time for this tank is 2.3 on console. The dispersion is 0.37 on console. Same health, same view range. Gun depression is the same as well. So is gun elevation. Top speed. It feels faster than 40 kilometers an hour, but that just might be due to the good acceleration that it has. 15 kilometers an hour reverse speed. Did I say reverse speed weird? Reverse speed. Again, seems like it's a little bit faster, but I could be wrong because here's the stats. You're looking at them right now. But if you put on, like, I know console kind of got shafted with the dispersion values, but if you put on, what is this, coffee and strong coffee, the consumable for the French, then your dispersion goes down like 0.02 dispersion. So that's good. Mix that up with Brothers in Arms and Vents, which I could probably do right now. You know what? I fucking will. Let's do Vents, and then Brothers in Arms. I can't put on a skill. Alright. No, wait, yes I can. Brothers in Arms. Yeah, so that brings it down 0.03 dispersion. So you're looking at, on console, 0.34 dispersion for the big gun, and I'm not even going to talk about the 120mm because it is just a fucking travesty. DPM of the 130mm, you're looking at it, okay, ooh, goes up by like 90. Good for you, tank. Good for you. So, yeah, that's everything you need to know about the tank and the gun traverse, or not the gun traverse, the turret traverse is a little slow, in my opinion, but it still works. You can still make people bounce off or miss your weak points on the top of the tank by just going like this when they're aiming at you, and that'll make them panic and aim at other places that are harder to pen. And yeah, that's just about the entirety of not only the model, but also the gun stats, so let's get right into the gameplay. So today we're going to be playing on Hidden Village. It's going to be standard battle, not team destruction, which I do prefer, but it is what it is. But, I'm going to show you that you don't have to fire premium in this thing, even though it does help against tier 9s and tier 10s. Not by much, considering you get only 30 points more of penetration, but yeah, it does help a bit. Like, penning the lower plate of an E100 suddenly isn't a 50-50, it's like a 75% chance. So, yeah. Pretty depressing there. But, again, it is what it is. I'm just going to move my mic because I feel like I'm emitting too large audio levels. Prepare yourself. And that should be good. Okay, so we're going in this game to have an E100 that doesn't know how to play, a E5 that YOLOs me and gets himself killed against said E100, which, by the way, is going to be on our team, of course. And then, right at the beginning here, we're going to have a moment where I miss a light tank, and I may or may not have slapped my controller in blind rage because the server lagged, and I feel like, had it not lagged, I would have penned this light tank. Of course he's going to YOLO over that fucking hill, which is what they always fucking do. And I fire, and it didn't look like it lagged there, so I was probably just being a child, but yeah. I have to put new batteries in my controller, or pick up the ones that I just dropped, and that takes me very little to no time at all, so I'm not going to skip this. There we go, right back in the action, and oh look, it's our E100 friend that doesn't know how to play his tank reliably. So, yeah, it's not looking too good. Most of our team has went to the B and C lines, and we have some people on E6 guarding that hill from one medium, a light tank, and I guess I should just say 2 mediums and a light tank, because that's more accurate. So here's an E5 exposing his lower hull to us, so I'll put a free shot into there. Pay attention to what the ammunition I'm using is, because I put on all these non-premium shells just to prove that it could work, and lo and behold, it does. But like, the armor holds up as long as you're far enough away from people. I biff it into the ground there because I wasn't paying attention to the distance. But yeah, you don't need the premium ammo. It just helps a lot when you can aim at other weak points on tanks other than like the one weak point they have with the measly amount of penetration that you possess. So, if you ever run across people who are spamming premium in this thing, it's because they can be penned anywhere by other tier 10s in the front by their premium. So, why you bitching? Why don't you just press A and load the skill like the rest of us? Oh, because it's morally wrong to do that? No, it's not. You're just being stupid and childish. Why would I take a 50-50 chance when I can up it to 85% chance or even 100% chance by loading the premium? And I don't know how I pen that guy there. I just kind of fucking fired and hope I just at least tracked him so the E100 would kind of move in on him. But that didn't happen, and I just instead did both, damaging him and tracking him, and then he fixed it instantaneously. He just damages my gun, and I put a whopping round into him. And look what is he doing? He doesn't even have the premium loaded. He doesn't even have the heat loaded. Like, what's his plan? What was his plan? He's gonna damage me to death. Oh, and by the way, that was me bouncing an E4 shell off my upper plate there. That was pretty sick. But how can people be so bad in tier 10? I don't fucking understand it. Like, I can also understand having shitty teams over and over and over again, and you just want to get some damage and shoot some tanks. But, like, don't be stupid. You're just only going to add more and more to your frustrations. I don't know what this guy's doing either. I stay in the same position because I would much rather be hit by him twice than hit by that E4 once. So, yeah, I just kind of take the hits to put more damage into him, and it's like, whatever. I thought he was going to play it stupid and over angle so I could track pen him there, but that didn't happen. And it's look at the E4 even. He just tracks the E100. Good on ya, kid. Way to aim. And then I just aim into his very easily pennable turret, or his lower plate, sorry. And like, the E100's rolling back because he's afraid to take damage. I'm half health. A little less than half health. Go fuck yourself, E100. You can take a hit. And does he even take a hit? Let's find out. Nope. No damage taken whatsoever. And like, he's finally growing some balls and pushing up because the game's almost over. And there's only, well, 4 real tanks left. And I don't really count Artie as a tank because, well, it doesn't really do much. Unless it one-hits you. Then it's just a Death Star that can shoot farther. But, yeah. I don't know what that shot was on my part. I finally run out of standard ammunition. Used this to block my lower plate from being shot into from below because there's a good chance he could pen that no problem. And I'm just like, whatever. There's an IS-4 with this guy. I really don't care. I'm just gonna... Oh, he's not actually that close to him, so whatever. I just start YOLOing this guy, and I'm like, I could probably ram him, but I don't want him to pen me more than necessary, so I just, you know, set him on fire, thanks to a little help from RNG. E100 goes around him, and I'm like, I'm gonna ram this guy to kill him, and what do? Well, I almost fucking flip my tank. But even going that slow, I do 290 damage to him, and I honestly could have just backed up and rammed him again. But again, I didn't want to take any more damage or die prematurely just because I wanted to look cool. So, I made kind of a mistake here, and no, it was not track penning that IS-4, but like, look what I do here. Instead of aiming down on his upper plate with a premium round, I ram him for 19 damage and I shoot it into his fucking roof, only to bounce off his more angled part there. But that's fine. Despite me getting very stupid there, I still get all the damage I need from my roll. I get almost a full roll of damage from that last hit, and now I'm up to 7,050 damage base with a little bit of spotting to go along with it. So I've got a high explosive loaded. I really don't need it, but if I low roll on my 560, I thought it was a T92, which has 500 health, and I have hit like 420 before with this gun on, so I don't want to like. Oh, he's got 450 health, so yeah, I could still. Obviously, it's 216 right now, but a high explosive penning this thing will go right through and just completely one-hit him, assuming he was full health. But he wasn't, and I got a little bit more damage. Very pleased with the result of this game. And just... It's capable of great things when people are stupid. Like, nobody knew where to pen me. Their positioning was bad. And just, like... You can make the low pen work. You just have to aim your shots and be close to people. You can't snipe in this thing. Don't even try. If you try and snipe, you're going to get hit by things that you can't see, and that's just going to frustrate the shit out of you. Or you're going to get artied, because that's what happens. At least in an enclosed space, you can control the engagement from whatever direction you see fit. Never engage from multiple directions. Or when they're coming at you from multiple directions, always try to limit it to one that they're coming from. If you do that, maybe you can survive, kill one tank, then engage the other, and yeah, like ram, and then just overmatch their upper plates, because that's what you can do in this thing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.